Hey guys, it's Ami and More. I'm back with a spooky new video. I'm going to show you how to crochet these Jack Skellington Ears from Nightmare Before Christmas. I used glow-in-the-dark yarn, so if you charge it with light and turn off the light, you'll get a very cool and spooky effect. These ears are detachable, so you can take them on and off as you please. I've also made some Oogie Boogie ones so you can mix and match for fun. Be sure to subscribe to my channel to get all the tutorials. Alright, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Here are the materials you'll need. And this is the glow-in-the-dark yarn I'm using. I've linked the supplies in my description box below, but here's the glowing description and care instructions. This came in a set of 5 skeins, but for Jack, you actually only need 1 skein to complete both the ears. The yarn is made of polyester and has a good glow to it. It didn't specify the yarn weight, but to me it felt like a DK size. You also need a small amount of black worsted weight yarn. I used a 2 centimeter wide headband, or approximately 3/4 inch, but you can probably get away with using a 1-inch headband as well. You'll need a 4.0 millimeter crochet hook, scissors, polyfill, also known as stuffing, a yarn needle, and a stitch marker, and I just like to use a bobby pin. And this is optional, but I like to use a UV flashlight to charge the yarn, so that way at night when there's no light source around, you can still make the Jack ears glow in the dark. For Jack's skull, with glow-in-the-dark yarn, you are going to make a slip knot for your crochet hook, so you get 2 fingers out and make an X. And then with your crochet hook, you're going to go under the first part of the X and then go under the yarn, and then you're going to remove your 2 fingers to make a loop, and you'll tighten the loop to fit your crochet hook. To hold the yarn with your pinky, grab the yarn, make a gun, and then put your index finger underneath the yarn, and with your other fingers grab the tail, go underneath the hook and do 1 chain and then another chain, and then we are going to do 6 single crochet stitch into the first chain. So here is our first single crochet stitch, yarn over and go through both loops, and then we'll do our second crochet stitch into the same chain. Here is 2 and then 3. Here is our third single crochet stitch, and then our 4th single crochet stitch, and then we are going to do our 5th single crochet stitch. And then so if we count so far, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochet stitches and 1 last one. We're going to go into the chain, yarn over, come back out, yarn over, and then come back out, and we should have 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to pull those circle closed to make the 6 single crochet stitches tight. We can use a stitch marker, and we are going to mark the end of the last single crochet stitch. Now for round 2, we are going to ignore that first stitch there and then do 2 in each stitch all the way around, and you'll have 12 single crochet stitches. So here is our first stitch, and we are going to go under both loops, then yarn over, come back out, and then yarn over and come back out through both loops. So that's 1, and into the same stitch, another single crochet stitch. So there is 2 there. Now we will do 2 here in our next stitch. Here is 1 single crochet stitch, and then into the same stitch, here is our second single crochet stitch. And now we're also going to do 2 in our next one. here is 1, and then into the same stitch, here is 2, and then 2 there again. So there is 1 single crochet stitch and 2 single crochet stitch, and next one we are going to do 1 and 2, and then finally in our last stitch we are also going to do 2 single crochet stitch. So here is 1 and 2, which is our very last stitch, and we are going to put our stitch marker into the very last stitch, and if we count, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 single crochet stitches. Now for round 3, our pattern is going to be 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and repeat the pattern all the way around. So in our very first stitch, I'm going to do 1, and in the same stitch, 2, and in the next, we're just going to do 1 single crochet stitch. So that is 1, and repeat the pattern 2. In our next stitch, that's 1, and into the same stitch, that is 2, and then just 1. And then we are going to continue to repeat the pattern all the way around. So go ahead and work up your stitches, and at the end you should have 18 single crochet stitches. So now we can count, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. For round 4, our pattern is 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Continue to repeat the pattern all the way around, and you'll have 24 single crochet stitches. So that is 1 and 2 into the same stitch, and then it is 1, and then in our next one, 1 single crochet stitch. Repeat again, 2, 1, 1. So that's going to be 1 and 2, and then just 1, and then our next stitch just 1 again. And then continue to repeat the pattern all the way around, and at the end you should have 24 single crochet stitches. Now for round 5, our pattern is 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Continue to repeat all the way around, and you'll have 30 single crochet stitches. So in our first stitch, that's going to be 1 and 2. And then it's going to be 1, and then 1 and 1. Repeat again. It's 2, 1, 1, 1. That's going to be 1 and 2, and then it is 1, 1, and 1. And continue to repeat the pattern all the way around, and at the end you will have 30 single crochet stitches. Round 6, our pattern is going to be 2, and in our next 4, just 1 single crochet stitch. That's 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Repeat the pattern all the way around, and you'll have 36 single crochet stitches. So that's going to be 1 and 2, and then 1, 1, 1, and 1. Repeat again. That's 2, and then our next 4, just 1. So that it's 1 and 2, and then it's going to be 1, 1, 1, and 1. And continue to repeat the pattern all the way around, and you'll have 36 single crochet stitches at the end. For round 7, our pattern is going to be 2, and our next 5, it's just going to be 1. So that's 2, and then our next 5, just 1, and repeat all the way around. So that's going to be 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Repeat again. That's 2, and then our next 5, just 1. So that's 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And continue to repeat the pattern all the way around, and at the end you'll have 42 single crochet stitches. So here's how it looks like at the end. Now we are going to cut off a small tail with this first part that we've made and fasten off. And here is our first circle. So now you'll want to repeat rounds 1 through 7 again to create the second circle, except for this time we are not going to cut off the yarn. So go ahead and repeat the pattern one more time. So this is the front of the circle and the back of the circle. What we will want to do is place the two circles back to back, and then we will want to go ahead and join them in a border and go through both layers to join them with single crochet stitches around 35 stitches. So here is our first join, and then our next join, we want to go into our first circle, and then you'll want to go into our next layer. It's just like doing a single crochet stitch, but you're going through both layers. And then you'll also go through both layers to do a single crochet stitch. So that was our third one. Now this is our fourth single crochet stitch, and this is 5, and we're going to keep going around until we have 35. So go ahead and keep doing your single crochet stitches around. So as you can see, we've been joining 2 circles, and then you just want to keep going until you have your 35 single crochet stitches completed. At the end of 35 single crochet stitches, we will have 7 stitches left. So if we count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now what we're going to do is we are going to stuff the circle, but you want to stuff it lightly. You want to stuff so it fills up the inside, but not overly so. So now we are going to work in the rows in the front circle part only. So we're going to do single crochet in the next 7 stitches only. So here is going to be our first single crochet stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now for the next 5 rows, we're going to stay at 7 single crochet stitch. So chain 1 and turn, and you're going to skip the first chain, and then into the second chain you're going to do your first single crochet stitch. So that's 1, and then it is 2, 3, and then 4, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we just did our row, and then we just need to do 4 more rows. So we're going to chain 1 and turn, skip the first chain, and then into the second chain we'll do our first single crochet stitch. So that is 1, and then continue to do single crochet stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and you're going to repeat the pattern and go ahead and do that for 3 more rows. So chain 1 and turn, and then do your 7 single crochet stitches, and I will meet you at the end of your rows. So here's how your skull should look like so far, and if we count a number of rows, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows all together. And then you'll want to cut off a long tail, as we're going to use the tail to sew onto our headband. We're going to fasten off. Now you need a 2 cm headband, and the link is in my description box below, and you will get your ear, and you will wrap the row around the headband and then wrap it to the circle part, and now we are going to go ahead and sew it into place with our yarn needle. And here is our ear sewn on, and it is detachable, so you can take it off and on the headband because it has a little hole that you can insert it into. Now for the eyes for the skull, we are going to use black yarn, but I'm just gonna use gray yarn so that you can see the stitches better. But we are gonna go ahead and make a slip knot and then chain 2, so that is 1 and 2, and then we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches in the first chain, so that is 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then go ahead and tighten your little circle, and then we're going to use a stitch marker to mark the end of the last stitch. So for round 2, you're going to ignore that first, and that's 2, 2, 2 in our first 3 stitches. So here we are going to do 1, and into the same stitch we are going to do 2, and into our next stitch 2 single crochet stitches, so that's 1 and 2, and then 2 single crochet stitches again, so that's 1 and 2. Now in our next 3 stitches, you're going to do half double crochet stitches, 2 of them in each stitch. So yarn over, insert hook, yarn over and come back out, and you'll have 3 loops. Yarn over and come out through all 3, and into the same stitch we are going to do another half double crochet stitch, yarn over, go into the first stitch, yarn over, and then we are going to go through all 3 loops. So now 2 half double crochet stitches. We are going to do 1 half double crochet stitch into the same stitch, our second half double crochet stitch, and into our very last stitch we are going to do another 1 half double crochet stitch, and into our very same stitch we're going to do 1 more half double crochet stitches, and then we are going to put in our stitch marker. Now for our next round, we are just going to do single crochet in the next 3 stitches only. So that is 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to do a slip stitch in our next stitch, and then we are going to cut a long tail with a scissor, and then fasten off. And here is our eye completed. And you want to make 2 eyes in the black yarn. So now we're ready to sew the black eyes onto the skull. Now we're ready to embroider the mouth. With black yarn, you're going to cut a long length, long enough so we can embroider the mouth. And here is our Jack Skellington ear completed. And don't forget to repeat the entire pattern one more time to make your second ear. And look, this is all the yarn I have left of the glow-in-the-dark yarn after finishing 2 ears. Let's see it glow now. And there you go, glow-in-the-dark Jack Skellington ears. Be sure to tag me with your projects. I'd love to see how they turn out. And thanks for watching. I will catch you next time. Bye for now.